Subscribe to Devil's Angel and hit the bell icon to be notified about the latest videos. Hello friends, this is Atul. I have a very interesting update for you today. So we are trying to figure out if this iPega controller works with War Robots on the smartphones and tablets. So first things first, it does not work with iOS at all. So let's keep that out of the way. You cannot play this with this controller on your iPad or iPhone. It does not simply support that. And this is something I found out after I purchased it, and I regret it a lot because my main profile of this game War Robots is on my iPad. So sadly I'll not be able to play with this controller on that. So we'll need now be trying to figure out if we can play with this on Android. What you need to do is toggle the switch to the first option here, which is the game controller option here. As you can see, this first one. The other three options are for the Apple and the Nintendo Switch, and one other option which I'm not pretty sure what it is for. Okay, so this is an extra wide controller, so this can support large tablets as well. There is a locking mechanism here which can lock this once you have found your suitable place, and I'll be doing a very detailed review on this one once I test this device thoroughly. So keep an eye out for that. And now to connect this to pair this to your smartphone, what you need to do is press B and home together. So you will see that first light starts to blink here, which is for the game controller option. So you will find PG9083 here. Okay, so it is I already, because I had already paired it, automatically connected here. Okay, so PG9083 is the name of the Bluetooth device here. So as soon as you connect, this red light will start to blink. Now I will take you to the gameplay of War Robots.
Devil's Angel.
So it did take a pretty long time to boot up. Tell me in the comments if you think that Android the version of War Robots loads slower than the iOS version. Okay, so moving on, we have now loaded the game, and as you can see here, none of the controls can be used to toggle anything on the home screen except this button, which tells me that if you want to exit the game or not. Nonetheless, let's move into the game itself and see how the control functions here. So basically this is my second profile. My main profile was on my iPad, which is linked to my Game Center account. So what I'll be showing here would be pretty basic. The entry-level bots will be displayed here. So I'll drop in with the Pecton, which has like the 4 weapons, so that you can see if all the weapons are working. So this joystick can be used to move around. So this is working fine here. And to tilt and pan, you will use this part, but the tricky thing here is that you have to move up and down instead of left and right. This left and right is not working. Up and down is actually working. So with some practice you do get used to it, and then the weapons are going to work with this, but this button surprisingly is the exit button. So the mapping of the buttons is not proper by War Robots of for the game controller, at least for the iPega devices. So this weapon right here cannot be used at all. So this weapon is working, the Malot is working here, and as you can see, the Shredder will also work. So 3 weapons are working. This one is not useful. Other than that, you can use these key, the R and L, to lock on and shift your lock on to the players. Let me show you how. So there are some players here. So if I want to shift my lock on, I can use these buttons right here. So I think the gamepad does work, but it works only partially because the key mapping is not proper, at least for this game. And it's definitely more fun to play than the physical the on-screen button, because you get a tactile feed of what you're doing here, and it's more involving overall. But the thing that the key mapping is not proper, and even for example, if I change my robot here to the cross act, which has the special ability of jumping, you will see that there is no option for me to make this to activate the jump. Even if I press the buttons inside, maybe you can hear the clicks of these buttons. They do push inside, they do work. I have seen them work in other apps, but the thing is that you cannot toggle the jump from these buttons, so you will have to use the on-screen buttons as well, and I assume the same will be the case with the boosters and the health booster and the other special powers that you get in the higher end gameplay. So I would say this is a half-baked gameplay experience, and I would not suggest anybody to purchase the iPega device, especially for war robots on the Android and iOS platforms. I am still to check this out on the Facebook Game Room, the PC version of this app, and I will update you guys in the coming days if it works well with the PC version. But for the Android and iOS, for the iOS, it's a straight no, because it simply does not work with any kind of game. With all emulators, I've tried everything. With arcade games, nothing works. Absolutely nothing works with iOS 12 on the iPega. If you are going to buy iPega for your iDevice, do not. It will be a waste of money. If you're using an Android device, there are some special games that are especially going to be supported by this. But if you are a War Robots fan, I would say that hold off your purchase. Maybe in the future update, the War Robots team, the Pixonic team, will help you map the keys, because it does have many keys. So there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 and many others. I will be pushing a detailed review of this iPega device also as I get to test it more and more. So yes, it should in theory be able to support it at the future versions, but right now it's not worth it to invest about $25 or about I think it's going to be about 1700-1800 rupees in this game controller as of now. So yeah, this is my gaming experience review on of War Robots on the Android device with the iPega game controller. I hope it was of some help or assistance in your buying decisions. And if it was, then do give me a thumbs up, and if you can subscribe, it will make my day. And if you stuck around for this long, I'm really grateful to you. I will see you around soon.